Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Christine McKellar, and I'm here with Tommy Savitt / actually the Tommy Lama, 1L. We were talking a little, he did a little kind of a what would you call it, Zen therapy on me with the fire thing about me being an Aries. And we do want to talk a little bit about the degrees that you have, because prior, and we're going to even talk about that because it's interesting how your whole career began. You actually were in a Marine boot camp, correct?
Yes.
So you did want to join the services, and also you have a law degree.
Yes.
And a degree in psychology.
Yes.
So in that brain, there's all this knowledge, and so tell us a little bit about that path. Like, why did you decide to go to boot camp, and then where did the psychology come from? And
well, psychology was my major in college.
so you're interested in people's psyches.
No, it was just the least amount of credit you needed to graduate.
Okay.
I looked at it, and because I have an analytical mind,
Yeah.
psychology
Great.
was the quickest way out.
But you must use it in your show too. I mean, to help
Absolutely.
people get their Zen on.
I would have used anything I majored into my show. It just happens to be psychology because it was the easy way out.
And then,
or up.
Well, yeah, but getting a law degree certainly isn't an easy task.
Well, that was a whole nother issue. I went to law school. Went to Brooklyn Law School. I could have gone to Yale or Harvard had I been accepted. Graduated the top third of the bottom third of my class.
I like it.
And I was lost. I went to law school. I could not relate to my fellow peers. There was something wrong with me. I did not belong with these people. I didn't have the same goals or interests. So I thought it would be very sexy. Mm-hmm. What could I do with this legal power? I said, I'll join the judge. I become a judge advocate general.
In the military?
Yeah, I'll travel. I'll have a uniform. I can make this very, very, very sexy. Mm-hmm. And so I had this great idea to go to, after my first year in law school, I enlisted in boot camp.
Mm.
And they offered me a split summer program because I was a catch. And so your first summer, you do your basic training. The second summer, you do your MOS, which was mine was machine gunner. Wow. And what happened was, I never laughed so hard in my life.
As in boot camp?
What the drill instructors say, what comes out of their mouths, and the way they insult, it's like Don Rickles on steroids. No. Imagine Don Rickles everywhere you go. That to me, was a summer of fun. I got to tell you, I cried. Everyone and people were crying like sadness, the other recruits, but I found humor in all of this. Even when they berated me, I didn't care. And what happened was, because I was in law school, so at the time I was more educated than my drill instructors, so I had a way with vocabulary, and I would play games with my drill instructors. So if they would say something to me, I would say something back in words, in very elevated words that they couldn't understand, or in very creative ways, and it would make them laugh.
Oh,
that was a problem.
Oh,
that was a problem. So what would happen was they would have to give me double secret probation punishments.
Oh,
where they would try to turn the recruits against me by having them do push-ups for an hour in the sand pits, and having me just watch and stand there feeding me ice cream.
Oh, and laughing.
Yeah. And then, or having me put into the mosquito fields and stand at attention. And my recruits would volunteer to stand with me because they knew they could. It was pain. It's worth catching a laugh, even if you have to get pain. That was the philosophy, and I learned a lot. Without pain, there is no pleasure. So, bottom line, make a long story short, I had a week and a half to go. I had difficulties with the swimming portion.
Oh.
I'm from Brooklyn. All I knew was from the street, the concrete, the stickball. I don't know from the swim.
And obviously you're not a Pisces, which is the fish.
I'm not a Pisces.
Okay.
I'm a Virgo.
Well,
I belong on the land.
This explains a lot.
Right?
Yes.
Well, what comes from the land? Food. That's why I eat. That's my vice.
Okay.
So it makes sense.
Yes.
So and I couldn't learn the way they teach you how to learn to swim. They put the flak jacket on and
try to drown you.
I've never been in the water. I don't know I can't have this. So I had they offered to leave me back, but then I would miss law school, and it was in my contract that I couldn't. So I got out.
Oh.
So I got out.
Bye-bye boot camp.
That's it. Yeah, bye-bye boot camp. I'm out, 174 pounds, lean and svelte. I'm hanging out with. I'm the star of the law school. I come back. I'm in shape. There's no one like this there. And then, on my way out, my drill instructor gives me a very important speech. Goes, Sabat, I hear you're leaving. Good, you're a failure. During the next great war, while you're watching it on television, and your child that your poor unfortunate wife gives birth to looks at your blue eyes, looks up to your blue eyes while you're watching the next great war on TV, you know what you're going to say? You could have been a Marine. You're a failure. And one more thing. Don't be a lawyer. No. And he winks. Be a comedian.
Oh, he did?
And that was the impetus.
Really? It came from your drill sergeant?
The drill instructor. He said that. And then, during my second year of law school, I started performing comedy. And
but not the Lama.
I was using my powers for evil. Seduction.
Ooh.
I would say terrible things on stage.
I almost said nice. I don't know what I was thinking.
Terrible things like, I was a Lothario.
Oh.
I was saying things like, a lot of these guys, they'll spend money on the hotel. I would never do that. I'm an outdoorsman. Have you ever made love in an alley? On top of a stack of cardboard? Behind a radio station? These are the kinds of things that were coming out of my mouth. So this act is about repentance. This is redemption. The Lama is... So that's why I'm not married. Uh-huh. This is everything's... It's a whole chain what's happening here.
Right.
So this is a story. So people think I'm sacrificing, but it's my duty.
It's your duty to suffer.
To suffer for the better cause.
And you picked Las Vegas. How lucky could we be?
I rolled up my sleeves. I may have to be here a long time.
Just to clean up the spiritual debris?
Actually, right now I'm feeling a little filth.
Oh. Whoa, it must have been from a viewer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this projects through the...
Yeah, absolutely. It's very powerful.
Yeah, I could feel the vibration.
There was some filth in the audience when I performed my show, and I used a single bar chime, and it wasn't strong enough.
No.
And I had to take out the 3-bar chime.
Wow. And can you tell from whence it emanates when you're looking at a room like that? Did you know?
It's hard. There was a lot of energy in the room.
Was.
It's hard to single out. But there was filth. But no, everyone left cleansed.
Yeah, we all felt pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody was kind of wandering around. So you've got the degrees tucked away.
Yes.
And they will come out, I'm sure. You can't use anything legal on the stage, but maybe you could.
Well, I did. I had a guy bequeath his will to me on stage.
I saw that. That was funny. That wasn't a setup, was it?
I never met that guy before.
Interesting, because he must have been an attorney, because he knew when to say the will, or you could just see him. He didn't legally want to say anything that unrecorded could be actually held to be.
Well, the problem was, forget about that. He was trying to be a comedian himself.
There was that.
Yes. And then when that happens, there's Silence of the Lambs. And then I have to work harder to bring the joy back in this, coming from the solar plexus chakra.
Oh, that's
right?
Interesting.
And we released the hot air.
He did have a bit of hot air.
Yes.
I could have sworn he was an attorney. It was just interesting how he knew what words to change. And you're right, you just roll with it.
Oh, yes, yes, I have to go. That's the beauty of the Lama.
Did you ever study yoga or...
I've taken yoga, I've taken hatha, I've taken Bikram.
I don't know what those two are.
The Bikram is the one with the, they put you in the oven.
No. It's worse than walking on the coals, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's not for humans. But people do it, but it's not for humans. Aliens.
Aliens are humans.
That's a different topic altogether.
But you have done yoga.
I have done yoga.
Because you're familiar with all the phrases, and your timing's good on the chimes.
I'm a very rounded man.
Yes.
And I know everything about little things.
We'll hear more about that when we come back. We're going to take a break real quick. See you in a minute.
Namaste.